Okay, so today we're talking flexibility and how to make your flexibility training a little bit more efficient. This is a pretty exciting topic, especially nowadays. People are really starting to change the way they think about flexibility training. Although the research has been around for quite a long time now, it does take quite a long time to make the shift into the kind of general population. But now we're really starting to move away from the more traditional viewpoint we had on flexibility, which was very much from a mechanical model. Like we used to say, it was all about pulling on the muscles to physically stretch them to make them longer. And when we thought about this from the mechanical model, then it made sense to sit in a stretch or sit in whatever position was doing the pulling and making the muscle longer. We would just sit in that for as long as we possibly could. And in the end, we got more flexible. And of course, that works. We've seen it work for a very long time. We're starting to discover that there's some other factors involved as well. And actually, while a mechanical model might be helpful, to look at it more as a neural model might be better still. And when we look at it from the neural model, actually, one of the things that we kind of know now is that the muscles don't get physically stretched. There's nothing we can do that dictates how long they're going to be. Really, it's just our brain telling us how far we're allowed to go in various positions. So if the brain wants the muscle to be longer or shorter, or to contract more easily, or to give more range of motion, then it's going to do that. And when we think about that part, it actually becomes a little bit more useful to think of flexibility as a skill. One of the things that we know about skill training is when we're trying to work out how to do something, then we move around with it, we play around with it, and our brain starts gathering information. The more information it gets, the better it understands it, and then the better we perform the skill. And that is also true of our range of motion. So when we're in a lunge, or if we're going for a split or a bridge, if we haven't ever been in that position before, then the first thing our brain needs to do is start gathering information. What happens when I put this part of my body over here? What happens when this stacks on top of this? Is that too much force? Is it not enough force? Are my muscles capable of saving myself if anything goes wrong? When it's not sure, it's going to be very tentative. It's going to force you to hold back. It's not going to let you go as far as you wanted to go. And when it's more sure of itself, then it just goes, yep, knock yourself out, just go for it. The interesting part about that is probably the best way for the brain to gather information is through movement. And in the traditional model of stretching, actually, there's very little movement involved. You get into your stretch position and you just hold the shape, and you just wait till the muscles desensitize, or the muscle spindles fire so much they can't fire anymore, and because of that, they let you just relax a little bit further into the shape. Actually, what might be a little bit more useful is, rather than going the whole way into your end range in your split or your bridge or your fold, if you pull back just a little bit and just move around, just play around, find all the limits of where's the furthest I can go in each direction. You could give yourself random tasks to do. You could throw and catch, try and balance an object. You could reach for things further away. You could try and travel across a space going into and out of that specific position. As long as you're doing some moving, actually your brain's getting more and more information much quicker than if you're staying still. Of course, if you're staying still, there's still tiny adjustments and movements going on, and probably in the traditional approach, that's what saw the gains in flexibility. If we just add in the movement right from the very start, we're probably going to find that, as well as having the length and having the range of motion, we're strengthened in that position as well. So we cover two birds with one stone, and we can probably achieve it in half the time that it would have normally taken. So key takeaway from this, just any of your regular static stretches, any stretches that you already know, we don't have to throw anything out that we've already got. Just take those, ease off a little bit on the range and move around. Just explore, see where you can go, see where you can reach, see what you can do in those positions. So that's your exercise. Let me know how you get on or ask any questions. Otherwise, thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.